stardust and moon. Tyr dreams of worlds unseen, following the trail where Norman has been. Tyr, the space lich in shadows, he roams on the test holiday. His morbidly obese home crew unpaid, yet in awe they remain. For the wonders he shows them, none can explain. Nebulae whisper secrets in his ear, while planets spin tales that only Tyr can hear. He charts a course through the void's embrace, seeking the legend of Norman's place. But the crew, they grumble under muted breath, for pay is a promise lost in the depths. Yet their hearts are swayed by the starlit skies and Tyr's vision of cosmic highs. Tyr, the space lich in shadows, he roams on the test holiday. His morbidly obese home crew unpaid, yet in awe they remain. For the wonders he shows them, none can explain. Oh, what a tale to be told of a lich with a soul so bold. Through the dark and the light, he dances with the night, chasing the echoes of Norman's flight. Though riches elude their outstretched hands, they sail on dreams and Tyr's commands. For in the depths of the cosmos wide, adventure and mystery are their guide. Tyr, the space lich in shadows, he roams on the test holiday. His morbidly obese home crew unpaid, yet in awe they remain. For the wonders he shows them, none can explain.
Yeah. Okay. Come on, boys. We got a job.
In the vastness of the galaxy where stars do gleam, rides a ship called the Cat's Whisker, Captain's Dream. He's a black and white feline with a twinkle in his eye, known as the furry bastard under the starlit sky. The furry bastard, he's a legend so grand, with a paw full of mischief and a masterful plan. He prowls through the cosmos with a wink and a snare, pranking Kirk and his crew without a single care. From the bridge of his vessel, he surveys the scene with a flick of his tail. He's a playful machine. He teases the Klingons with a clever little jest, leaving Spock in confusion. Oh, he's truly the best. The furry bastard, he's a legend so grand, with a paw full of mischief and a masterful plan. He prowls through the cosmos with a wink and a snare, breaking Kirk and his
Bureau of Asshole Defenders.
Hey, hey.
Here come the heroes you never saw coming. Asshole Defenders. Wild, weird, and free, they'll save the day eventually.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Bureau of Asshole Defenders, issue 9, Star Spangled Beatdown. I'm here with my friends Mitch Nemo.
What's shaking?
Critical.
Hey, what's up?
And Zed.
Boy, the check better clear by the end of the day, I swear to God.
And no.
He can always cash app it to him.
Yeah,
I don't use Cash App.
I do have a bit of an update.
Okay.
I've been in touch with the Batman,
Yes.
and he's got some things going on, so he'll be out of commission for the next several weeks.
Okay. He's
But,
okay.
yeah, I mean, he's not like bleeding or in a gutter or anything like that.
Okay.
It's the thing is, it's not my story to tell, so I don't want to give any of the details. If he
That's
wants
fair.
to give details, that's entirely on him.
He'll give him if he wants to. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just saying they're not salacious or anything, these details, but it's not my story to tell.
Hope
As long as
okay.
he gave you permission to, I don't think that's a problem.
Well, he didn't. We never brought that up. He just asked that I let people know that he'll be out of commission for several weeks.
Okay, well, I'm glad he's fine, and
Probably vacation and family stuff going on, so.
if anything changes, hope let us know, Mitch.
Well, if I hear.
Okay. So y'all hear about the teaser fucking trailer for the Odyssey?
No, honestly, I don't care.
Again, the faith that launched 1,000 ships to flee. Look, I'm not saying the Peter Nyong'o is ugly, but
No, that's not the issue. She's just not Helen of Troy.
no, she isn't.
No.
Yeah, she's not how Homer described her.
No,
I
she
mean,
isn't.
we used to cast actors who could portray the part they're playing,
Yes.
and part of that portrayal involves a physical description.
Yes.
Back into the freezer.
Here's some news for you nut bars out there in Hollywood. People have a certain look.
Better not
Certain
touch
people have a
anything
certain
here.
look. Certain characters are described looking a certain way. It's not racism to hire a white person to play a white character.
Yes.
Like
There's
Alan
nothing
Rickman's
racist
face.
about that. In fact, the racism comes in when you deny the proper portrayal of a character in favor of scoring points for the purpose of an Oscar nomination.
Or
Yep.
not even that. It is taking a character you didn't fucking create and altering them because you feel as though your interpretation should be is the superior.
It's for modern audiences. Man, don't watch this. It's not for you.
Then who's the modern audience if it's not men too?
Yeah.
I got news for you. There is no modern audience.
It doesn't exist. If it existed, the movies
There
would be
is
family.
just it's this. I've said it before. Not in this exactly this way, but there's just the audience. That's all there is.
Mhm.
And who is
Yep.
the audience? Anyone willing to buy a ticket,
Yes.
whether it's music, comedy, film, television. Anyone willing to plop down some money to be able to watch your thing. That's the audience.
Yes, and that's the audience you should be catering to.
Yes.
But there
Now-
are certain
now,
things that
let's-
are
let's-
for men and women.
Let's play it a little fair. Let's take this case of Stargate. Yes, everyone knows the hashtag Save Stargate thing, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's up to speed on that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Martin Jarrow, Joe Malosi, and all the other people behind it. I can never remember all the names. I can only remember those two because I'm getting in my old age. But they wrote a new chapter in the story that would satisfy us old timers and serve as a new jumping on point.
I got chills.
And here's the thing about the
They're
Stargate
multiplying.
franchise. You don't need to cater to any specific demographic because it already appeals to multi-demographics. It's already got that huge leg up, and to shit can it the way they did, it just tells me that Amazon doesn't want to spend the money on it.
Well,
I don't think they're not searching for an audience. Everyone knows by now that my take on what an audience is correct.
no. Well, Mitch, there is a audience. Like you can't market, science fiction to someone that doesn't like science fiction. There is a,
Right.
a particular audience for it. So you can't say it appeals to everybody. It can't. It really can't.
No, I didn't say it appeals to everybody. I already said it had wide demographic appeal. That's not the same thing.
Okay. But so you're gonna have to market it to fans of the property to begin with, to get them back, and then
Jay
fans.
Bazaar 427 says.
Why?
Evening.
Wait a minute, hold on. Yo, Jay BLooZeR.
Oh shit! I forgot to look up the actual stream. so I could monitor the chat.
Yeah, Jay BLooZeR. But again, if you're trying to market it to fans of Murder She Wrote, it's not going to work.
What kind of an idiot does that?
But that's
look. Marketing is this simple. It's I'm saying this with the understanding that we're talking about an existing, already popular property. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It really is this simple. We're bringing Stargate back.
Okay.
There, you've done the marketing. It really is that simple. Good. Yeah. Then there's going to be, you do a press conference. There's going to be some follow up. Okay. How are you bringing it back? Well, we're continuing the existing story, but we're kind of making a new jumping on point for people who might be experiencing the property for the first time. So there's going to be something for existing fans, and there's going to be a nice jumping on point for new fans. Yep. There, you're marketed. That's all the marketing you really need.
Plus, it also has the 80s and 90s crowd who also grew up with it.
Well, I said that. Those are the existing fans.
Yeah, but like I said, they're not doing that, Mitch. They're
K.
trying
Scholl says.
You okay, Scholl?
Hello.
Hey, Keshel. They're not trying to.
Yeah, they're trying.
They're not trying to do that. What they're trying to do is, I don't know. Actually, I don't know what they're trying to do, because by canceling this new version of Stargate that Jero and MotZ were working on, all they've done is shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, they always.
I mean, there are people who fucking canceled Amazon Prime over this.
I can believe it.
They've absolutely failed in their responsibilities to their shareholders, because they had a fiduciary responsibility to the shareholders. This is a product that would have made money. It already had a built-in wide demographic appeal, because the existing fan base actually hits several demographics. Just with the existing fan base, it has wide demographic appeal. To make it as a new jumping on point as well, but even wider demographic appeal. In Amazon, or Amazon MGM Studios, whatever its official name is, they just fucked all their shareholders out of a profit.
I mean, but they're probably going to spin it that, oh no, by doing this, we've actually kept, we saved money.
Because by their logic, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, no, they're going to spin it that way.
That's not their logic. That's their excuse. There's a difference there. We know that their intent was something else. We know what's really going on. It's the guy that Amazon brought over from Netflix to handle Amazon MGM. Probably just doesn't like Stargate, or doesn't like science fiction. He's another Les Moonves who didn't like Star Trek and science fiction.
I don't
over
think
at Paramount.
I mean, you seen what Amazon did to Rings of Power. They want a built-in IP, but they want to tell what they want to tell, and it doesn't fucking work.
No, yeah, there's that part of them that wants to do the message.
Yes, and you really can't. If you got someone that loves the property and knows the property by the back of their hand, and they don't want to do that, then they can't give you the message.
Well, that's the bullshit part of the equation, Tyr, is they can. It's just
not like they want it.
No, they want it. They want it out loud and in everyone's face, because that's who they are. They're basically they want something that they think is going to earn them social credit points. It's funny too, because the entertainment business doesn't seem to back off of this model. It's almost like there's already an existing social credit system in place.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's your audience. Your social credit is your audience.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean the sinister version.
Oh,
There's already some kind of sinister social credit system in place. That's why they keep pushing this shit.
yeah, they do.
Or social engine. They're trying to social engineer the things to their preferred outcome.
That never works.
It really doesn't.
There's an entire history of how that never works, and you would think someone would eventually learn from that, but they're, no, honestly, I think they have learned from that, and they just don't care.
That's what I think it is too. They don't care.
I mean, I think we need to stop giving these people the excuse of being ignorant. You know my expression, when it comes to government, never ascribe to ignorance that which can be explained by villainy?
Yes.
Yep.
This is the same thing. They're not ignorant of what they're doing. They're doing it on purpose.
I mean,
Amazon actually, the people at Amazon actually said they didn't want to attract the existing audience. They wanted to have a new audience. Well, idiot, if you're looking at making money, you're looking at having the biggest audience possible. So what's the real goal here if it's not to make money?
I mean, I think they're
Because
trying to
obviously it
devalue.
isn't. If you can have an audience, let's use simple numbers. You know how much I like my simple numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. If let's say the whole world is 100, that would be an audience of 100. The entire world's watching your show.
Mm-hmm.
So with Stargate, I would say with a built-in audience and onboarding, let's say we get like a 35. Okay. And I'm not talking about percentage or anything like that. I'm just saying, as far compared to a worldwide audience, we get 35 out of 100, and that would be a good fucking number. That would be a solid number. That would probably be a number that would break anything that's happening now, and probably anything that's happened for the last 30 years.
Okay.
But no, Amazon's decided, no, we don't want that 35. We want 5 instead, because the 30 would represent all the fans who would come back and say, fuck yeah. Because those are the fans who have already showed it to their kids. Those are the fans who might even now be, since it's coming back, say, hey, let's show this to the grandkids now. Okay,
Yep.
that's who they're booting out. And you boot those fans out and you're left with just that 5 out of 100. That's not a good way to make a profit.
It's not.
Yeah, but the
it
problem
really isn't. So if that tells me that making a profit is not their goal, and if making a profit is not their goal, then what is their goal?
again, it is the social engineering. It is them trying to.
No, I think that's too easy. I think there's something darker going on.
I don't even think. I think it's just that. It's them social engineering a situation. Motherfucking hate this.
Manipulation.
Yes, it is social manipulation.
Yeah, because social engineering is something completely fucking different.
And depending on
Well, no, social engineering is. I go back and rewatch a lot of the old shows I used, and a lot of them I can't watch anymore because of the anti-gun messaging. It's just shockingly blatant and shockingly ill-conceived as well.
Yeah.
So when I see that kind of messaging, it's it makes everything else in the show no longer make sense. Because otherwise the characters are generally intelligent people. But I'm supposed to believe they have this major intelligence gap for this one subject? I don't think so. Now, had they been doing more of an anti-violence angle instead of an anti-gun angle, I'd be on board. But I see the distinction and I can't unsee it, so it ruins the show for me, whatever that show might be.
Mm-hmm.
Like the A-Team. The A-Team's a good example because all that military training and they couldn't hit a goddamn thing. So I can't watch that show anymore. It stopped. It's not fun anymore once you grow up, I guess.
I mean, that's fair.
But Stargate, again, going back to that, I can go back and rewatch that all the time because it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
The gun stuff is done right. There's a little bit of gun safety messaging, but not necessarily anti-gun messaging, and it's done in a way that makes sense. If you watch the movie, especially, fucking hell, it's hot in here. If you watch the movie, especially, one of the things about Colonel Jack O'Neill, it's one of the reasons he was pulled out of retirement to take the mission is because they knew that he would have no problem going on a suicide mission because his son
was already suicidal.
No, he wasn't necessarily suicidal. But he was on the edge. He was looking at being suicidal as an option at that point when they first brought him into the Stargate program. And damn it. So yeah, okay, here's a guy who's on the ragged edge. We have a potential suicide mission here. Let's get him in on it. Let's put him in the lead because number one, he's already an established operator. Because that was what Colonel O'Neill did. He did some Black Ops kind of stuff before he got involved with the Stargate. But you know, then he goes on the Stargate mission, and he starts to like Skara, the kid on the planet Abydos.
I live.
You know, he starts. O'Neill's coming out of that shell a little bit. When
He takes on a fatherly role.
Kind of, yeah. Kind of a paternal role, yeah. I mean, not quite, but it's I would say almost more of a big brotherly kind of role.
Okay.
Or simply just liking the kid, and because Skara reminded him of his son Charlie. So when they're on Abydos, you know, they're having their feast and drinking their space moonshine and whatnot. And Skara's checking out O'Neill's stuff, you know, looks at the cigarette lighter, and O'Neill's like, hey, you can keep that, and blah, blah, blah. And then Skara picks up O'Neill's MP5.
Yeah, he goes...
And that triggers O'Neill. I mean, quite literally, that sets him off. And he freaks out a bit, because his son was killed. O'Neill's son, Charlie, took his own life by messing around with O'Neill's personal sidearm.
And he felt responsible, I get it.
So when O'Neill is like, no, and takes the gun away from him, it's done in a way that absolutely makes sense for the character. So the messaging is not done poorly. He's not just showing up on Abydos and saying, all right, you kids, you shouldn't play with guns.
And knowing this half the battle.
Yeah, exactly. He's not coming out doing a PSA. It's actually a part of his character arc and his character growth.
Mm-hmm.
Because by the end of that movie, O'Neill's not suicidal anymore. He's going to be okay.
And he's in a better position because he like...
Yeah, but no matter what, O'Neill's going to move forward being a little more cautious about
Looks tasty.
How firearms are handled. And that's a good thing. Being cautious is good. So firearms safety messaging, I'm fine with. Anti-violence messaging, I'm fine with. But not to the point where you're so anti-violence that you lay down and let yourself get trampled on.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
So yeah, there's a way to do the messaging that absolutely works, and it works beautifully, and you will have the pros and the antis on the same side of that messaging if you do it right. They can't do it right anymore because they don't have people who understand how to do it.
Or rather, they only see their side of the issue.
Well, no, it's not even seeing multiple sides of an issue. It's having the...
That's not what I mean, Mitch.
Okay.
What I mean is they don't see the other... It's their way. Like, their way is the only correct way. They
Oh, yes.
don't see the other side.
They don't see any other side.
Yeah, they're incapable of looking at it going, well, we could be wrong. No, we're correct. Our vision is the right vision. And if you don't see our vision, you are the problem. It isn't.
Okay, now let's talk about our vision then. This would be my position. Do we want to
Frosted
communicate our
Glass
vision effectively?
664 says, what
Do
if
we
you are
want
so
to get people who
anti-violence
don't
that
see
you
our
want to
vision to
genocide the
come
violent
over to our
ones?
side and start to see
wait
our
a minute.
vision?
Wait a minute. Sorry.
Frosted Glass. Hey, Frosted Glass.
You're Frosted, but I was listening to what he said and I didn't hear you because of the
Oh, okay.
the voice.
Yeah, Frosted said, what if you're so anti-violence that you want to genocide the violent ones?
All right, but what did you say?
No, my position is, okay, so let's assume that quote, our messaging is the right messaging. Our anti-gun message, blah, blah, blah. Do we want to convince other people that our messaging is right? Or do we just want to shoot the ones who disagree with us?
Mitch, you gotta remember, the other side wants to shoot the ones that disagree with them.
Tyr, you're not paying attention. This is the argument I would have with them, not with you.
Oh, okay.
With them. So I would sit them down in writing whatever the show is that we're writing. I would sit them down and be like, okay, I understand you want to go full anti-gun here, but if you do the messaging right, we have a chance to get people to
power nap.
be more
You know,
open to
you're the
our
one
position.
friend I've got up here. Don't let them break
But you have to be smart about how you handle the messaging. You can't just go in there and say gun am bad. You need to be a little more creative than that. What if we had a character who's experienced a tragedy as a result of a gun being left unattended, and then he's thrust into a situation where he has to handle guns again. But as a result, and this is going to be our hero, mind you, as a result, he's going to be more cautious now. He's going to be more on the ball when it comes to making sure things are done correctly. And if you think that that's a bad way to broach the subject, then you're not a creative element. You're an activist. What do you want to be? Do you want to be known as a creative, or do you want to be known as an activist?
And most of those people that you're trying to will always say activists.
No, actually, they won't.
They will.
No, they won't. They want to be known as creatives, but they want to behave as activists.
If they wanted to be known as creative, they would take constructive criticism well, and they would do better to their craft. However, that is not the case.
If they wanted to be known as creatives, they would be open to the creative means to getting their activism across.
But they're not.
It's like the Supergirl thing, Supergirl Galatea story that Bats and I threw together one time. Because there's so many things you can do with it. You can touch on a bit of the trans thing, because in order to make the clone work, they had to use some of Amanda Waller's DNA. So the clone of Supergirl has brown eyes instead of blue. You can lay clues in there. Her skin is a little duskier, let's say, than original Supergirl's, but she's still a clone of Supergirl.
I mean, I'm still trying to figure out how the hell that touches on the trans thing.
And by the end of the movie, when Clark and Kara, Superman and Supergirl, they've beat the bad guys. Galatea learns that she's been fighting for the bad guys, or if not the bad guys, then at least the antagonist. When Clark and Kara, recognize, okay, she's got our DNA, so she's technically part of our family, and they're like, hey, you got some of our DNA, you're technically part of our family. Here's the key to the Fortress of Solitude. You're welcome there anytime. That's a pro.
Frosted Glass 664 says,
that's a pro.
Put a bike near Supergirl just to see
Literal
what happens.
mixed race, Kryptonian and human.
Yeah.
But
That is a pro mixed race messaging, isn't it?
but that's not their issue. They don't. What's the word I'm looking for?
No, they don't want the resolution. They want the problem.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Frosted says, put a bike near Supergirl just to see what happens.
All right. Okay. So, Mitch,
What?
Earlier you said it would touch on the trans thing, right? And I'm like, and you started describing race. I'm trying to figure out how that touched on the trans thing, because
she's because they had to use human DNA to complete a sequence, so that the clone would grow and develop, blah blah blah.
But that's
You
not touching on the trans
you can
thing.
say that the original clone was incomplete, if you will. That's similar to the gender dysmorphia thing. It's not exactly gender dysmorphia, but when you analyze it narratively, when you do a narrative analysis on it, you can always point to it and go, yeah, we worked that in, because this is a what's the word? Something that stands in for a thing. It's an analog. It's
Allegory.
analogous to gender dysphoria, is what I'm getting at. It's not actual gender dysphoria, but it's similar to it, and we're addressing it in that way with a similar kind of situation.
I'm not seeing how that isn't. Not trying to be a dick or anything, but Mitch, I don't see how that's the analog to gender dysmorphia anyway. Something genetic is not. But then again, I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
It is genetic. Gender thing is genetic.
Yeah,
You're either genetically male or genetically female.
Yeah, I see what he's getting at with
this
example.
Girl, this clone is either. Well, actually, this clone is neither genetically Kryptonian or genetically human. It's genetically both.
Am I coming through at all?
Yeah, I hear you.
Go on.
Okay, but yeah, I was about to say that I see where Mitch is coming from with this idea. It isn't one for one. It's similar enough that the person that the people that would speak to is like, oh my god, that's just like me. You see what I mean?
That's just like me for real.
It's the verisimilitude thing. It's holding up a mirror to the world, but angling it just a bit so it's a little bit different. It's doing it that way instead of staring at the camera and doing an hour-and-a-half long public service announcement.
Okay.
I'm just saying, if they were sincere about their messaging and getting their messaging across and getting some real change to take place, they would be smarter and more effective in how they handle their messaging. But because they refuse to be smarter and more creative in their messaging, it tells me that they're not interested in a result. They're interested in perpetuating a problem.
Yeah, Mitch. That's they're not trying to find a solution. They're just there to bitch.
Right.
Like that isn't a mysterious. That isn't a magical equation. There, you didn't crack any code. We've known that forever. They just want to bitch about a problem. That's been their whole modus operandi. They aren't creatives. They're just fucking activists.
I mean, it's just like with the racism thing. In fact, by the way, the using a black human's DNA on a white Kryptonian clone, that's also a way to address racism, by the way.
Yep.
Or not to address it, but to bring it into, because, hey, this one's not pure, blah, 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 whatever. Superman and Supergirl are going to be like, hey, we don't care. But anyway,
that type of shit only matters to people that are looking for it. That you're not throwing.
No, Tyr. It's also good storytelling. It's good storytelling because because you're
Frosted Glass 664 says,
you're touching on
if
something
you ever
that
want to
is a
see some
genuine
garbage that
human
just
condition.
beats you over the head with its
There are
message
people in
instead
this
of
world
attempting
who,
some subtlety or
for lack
creativity,
of a
watch the substance.
Hold on. Frosted said if you want to see some garbage that just beats you over the head with its message instead of attempting some subtlety or creativity, watch the substance.
hey, Rotten.
Hey, right
up.
What I'm getting at
just-
here
Go ahead.
is I forgot now because I distracted myself. Son of a bitch. It'll come to me someday.
You're talking about racism, but even then, it don't.
Oh no, that the for lack of a more delicate way to put it, and I don't want to put it in delicate terms. I want this to be blunt. There are people who are half breeds,
Yeah.
half black, half white, half Chinese, half Indian. You know, they're
Wow.
those,
Revelation.
200%.
yeah, I know exactly. What I'm saying is these people exist. Okay, there's nothing wrong with their existence. But they exist, and a lot of the complaint is, hey, we don't see us on screen. And when they come at us, we're telling a story that touches on the very basic, very human sensation of not belonging. We all feel that in some way at some point in our lives. We don't belong. And you know what? We probably don't. So what? But that sensation is universal. I cannot belong because I'm short, but when I see it applied to people with race, I'm like, okay, I can imagine that because I know what it likes to feel in this way. So when we tell our story, and because it's a very human story and it's very relatable about not belonging,
Frosted Glass
and then suddenly
664
finding a
says,
place to belong.
people from any
when we
walk of
tell
life
that
can
story,
identify
that's
with a
very
character
basic
who
story, by
doesn't
the
fit
way.
in.
When we tell that
Yeah,
story
that's.
and we
that-
put it out in the theaters tier,
Hold on.
and
Mitch,
people watch it, and then the
Mitch,
nut bars come out of the woodwork saying, "Oh, this movie has nothing to
Mitch.
say about it." It's like, yeah, it does.
hold on.
You're just too ignorant to see it.
Mitch.
What?
And when people tell you before, when people type in, I'm hearing two different voices in my head or my headphones. Right? I heard the computer voice telling me what Frosted said. I need you to repeat what you just said.
I don't know what I just said. I can't just repeat what I just said. I'm not operating from a fucking script.
Jesus Christ, Mitch. I'm
To
No,
paraphrase here, what he said was the story is universal of not belonging. No matter what you look like, how you are, everyone feels the not belonging at some point in their life. It's a universal story. And if you can't see yourself in it, you have the problem.
Well, yeah. Not only that, but when they come out and complain after the movie is released, because they do, they go, "Oh, this movie doesn't say anything about being gay. It doesn't say anything." It's yeah, it does. It says it in a very universal way. It's a story about someone who doesn't belong or who feels they don't belong, and then learns that, hey, you know what? You do belong.
Frosted Glass
One thing
664
story-
says,
Hold on.
maybe you
Chop,
should
chop,
just
chop.
turn off the chat reader.
Yeah.
Frosted
yeah.
said maybe you should just turn off the chat reader.
I kind of heard that one, Mitch.
I wasn't telling you. I was letting anyone else know who's not watching the chat necessarily.
Hold on. Jesus Christ, yeah.
Anyhow, that's
Wait a
the
minute.
not
kind
so
of
bad.
the point is when you understand that the story you're telling has the messaging that they claim they want, and you point it out to them, it'll fucking break them. It'll shut them down so fucking fast. Yeah, it's universal. It's a story about
Because they
someone
need-
who thinks they don't belong.
Right. The problem, though, is that when it comes to an audience that can see what we see as an allegory and doesn't see it themselves, you would end up explaining an analogy to the reason why the breakfast question exists.
The breakfast question?
How would you feel
Yeah,
if
the
you
whole-
ate breakfast
How
the
would
day
you feel if
before?
you didn't have breakfast today?
Hungry.
Test out to see how stupid somebody is. I mean,
Well, I did have breakfast today, so I
Thank
can't
you for
imagine.
demonstrating. Thank you for demonstrating exactly what I was going to say to you.
Go to hell. All right, let me see. Hold on.
You see, that's why they look. That's why they see very blatant allegories and don't understand that it's an allegory. Because they need it spelled out to them in fucking building blocks.
That's what I was about to say. Is they need
Frosted
us to be
said,
fucking handed to them right now.
Frosted said, and now the whole stream goes down? What?
The stream didn't go down. Hold on.
He switched
It
tabs.
does.
What the hell's going on?
The stream
No,
didn't
Tyr
go.
switched tabs, which freezes his thing.
No,
Ah, okay.
stream didn't. Tyr didn't switch tabs. The stream is going. You can clearly see the.
I mean, I can still see it going. I still see
Yeah,
the.
stream is going. It's just that it's the read the
Singer
chat
at the bottom.
the chat is off because I'm turning the damn TT text to speech off.
Ah, hey, Jen.
Well, while Tyr's doing that, and since
All right,
Mitch mentioned
I'm
the
back.
half-breeds
It's
thing,
back up.
before you get to that, I want to bring up a joke that I had heard
There it
before.
is.
You know, I tried to date this gal. She's half Korean. Her father's Korean, her mother's Korean, but she lost both her legs in a terrible car accident.
Damn.
Oh.
God
Now-
damn it! Every time I'm taking a drink.
Now, Tyr,
All right.
we're going to take this exercise a little bit further. So, like I said, when they complain that it doesn't talk about this or doesn't talk about that, say, yeah, it does. It's all about not fitting in. And everybody who experiences the things you're talking about know what it's like not to fit in. And sometimes they get to know what it's like to discover that they do fit in. Now, this is a very obvious and well trodden thing in storytelling, which suggests now, do you not understand that, or are you just trying to be offended by something? Is that what's, because you hit them with that? Because you have to fight back. You have to fight back. You tell them straight out.
We
Are
have
you trying to be offended? That's hey, Jen.
Hey.
Well, again, we always those questions we already know the answer to. Yes, not being a dick, Mitch, but I'm just saying, like,
No,
we know
yeah,
what they are.
we know those answers, but they're not prepared for us to throw it back in their faces. Well, you didn't. Your movie has nothing to say about being transgender. Well, it's not a movie about transgender specifically, but it is a movie about not belonging. Are you looking for something to be offended about? Are you intentionally not seeing the point of this story? You know, you got to hit them back. You can't just sit there and let them launch these accusations at you. You got to be prepared with something to throw back at them. Like, why are you looking to be offended? Most people go to a movie to be entertained. Why are you going to be offended?
I stopped fighting I stopped fighting losing battles. Like, if I enter a battle and I know I'm gonna lose, I'm not gonna fight it. It makes no. Why waste the energy?
Yeah, exactly.
As a
But
matter
see,
of fact,
then Tyr, no matter what they do next, keep reminding them that they're just looking to be offended.
Yeah,
I mean, it's either that or get up and leave the interview, but that makes you look like a dick. But if you can keep hammering them the way they want to keep hammering you and do it in a more polite and dignified manner, you win. It'll fuck them right up.
It'll fuck right up. Nothing will change. I'm still
Who cares?
Pissed. In the end
Part of their problem is they're trying to change things, although they're really not. They just want more things to complain about. But they're part of their marketing is that they want to change things. Fuck them. So what if it doesn't change because I'm treating them like the ass they're trying to accuse me of being?
Nice.
I don't care if that doesn't change anything. Hell, if anything, one of two things will happen. I'll never have to do one of these interviews again, which would be great, or that person's never going to be given an interview to do again because they lost it. They lost control of the situation because I've decided to be ungovernable.
You decided to be Mitch.
Basically, yeah. Hashtag diplomatic immunity.
So it's kind of not same topic, but close enough to the same topic. So I was on a different stream and they were talking about this new skin for it's a Marvel Rivals character, and there's a new skin for Captain America. where they've made him look kind of like a blonde bro version of the Hulk, but with an alien penis.
What?
Yeah. There's a new skin for Captain America and Marvel Rivals. It sluts him up.
I'm just trying to find it. I don't know if they're trying to delete it or something. Oh, there it is.
They probably are.
But it's one of those things where you angle him and they're like, okay, this one's a little bit more toned down, but it's
I found
better
it.
than what I was looking at. I'll share that one.
Well, I'm about to
How about the
share it.
racist one where they made Blade look like a pimp?
Hold on, I'm about to share it to the stream.
To the stream.
Yeah. Oh, share it to the.
Where should I put that?
Well, I found
YouTube censors don't look.
I found a picture, Jay. Hold on.
Jay Blues is listening, but busy fighting with his mouse trying to get it to work. I know that feeling.
Where are you? Oh, review recommendations. Okay, I'll put it there. That makes sense. Let's see if I can find other pictures.
Recommendations.
I've already found the picture, Jen.
Oh, okay, good. Then I'll be lazy and let you do the work.
Why does he look like if Conan the Barbarian was a twink?
I don't know, but I think that they've imagination land who this character is, and I'm like, they've watched too much anime.
It looks like a bad JoJo character.
If you can see it on stream now,
he looks like a bad JoJo character.
He looks.
Yeah, see the
He
ding.
looks like a
Don't
weird
see the ding
professional
dong. Like it's like,
wrestler.
what the hell's wrong with you guys?
He looks horrible.
So wait, he doesn't have a shield. He has a fucking flotation device.
He has a pull float.
I mean, at least it's Star Spangled.
Oh God, I hate this shit.
Yeah, he's Captain Aquaman, America. Captain America Aquaman. Yeah.
Captain
Fusion Dance.
Or how about this one where they made Blade look like a pimp?
Captain America.
It's just, listen, I'm not ragging on them for having characters that might be big. This character was never that huge. Like, he's soldier big.
No.
And he's a big soldier, but he's not like that.
No, he's not supposed to look like
Hold
Mr.
on.
Universe.
All right, so there's a
What's your that one?
Shut up! Thank you.
Never.
You the dick. All right. So what they were trying to do?
Yeah, and
motherfucker.
The interrupted
And you were starting a robot right now, dude.
Go on, Tyr.
What I was trying to say was that the skin is for it seems to be like a summer themed thing they got going on. All right, so to be fair, it's on brand.
Fair.
Yes, but the problem is what the fuck is the dick for?
Here's Tyr with the
BLooZeR fans. What else?
I'm just saying. Like, no, what was the need to show off that part? Like, it's a fucking game for kids.
Are degenerates.
Fair enough.
Yep.
A lot of women actually play Marvel Rivals to be very.
Yeah, one of the Twitch streamers I watch plays the hell out of that game.
I'm gonna give myself a quick look at Marvel Rivals.
My buddy's sister plays Marvel Rivals.
Look, there is still an issue with there are still children playing the game.
If there are children playing a competitive shooter, their parents needs to be pulled aside and
Fortnite
given the what the fuck is wrong with you speech.
Oh, it's Fortnite. So this is basically Marvel's Fortnite then, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Yeah, fuck that. Looks like a shit game.
I'm trying to figure out what the hell the Blade Pimp uniform is. This one here?
Yeah, why does he look like a fucking pimp?
What are y'all talking about? This look here?
So what I just said, chat.
Frosted says, Tyr, if you need to be told what a dick is for.
No, God damn Frosted.
Blizzard says making progress. Also, I don't have much to say. I discovered Torwai Delicious Rock YouTube channel, which was fucking hilarious. The guy sings metal while he cooks.
Okay.
Pretty then.
Wait, that's Blade?
I'm assuming that's Blade.
That's one of the skins they made.
You sure that's not T'Challa?
It looks like it's Blade, Marvel Blade. It says it's on top of the 10.
Jesus.
Yeah, shotgun and sword. That's Blade.
He looks like a fucking pimp. Like, what the shit?
I don't see anything wrong with this look. I mean, he doesn't look like a pimp.
Of course you don't, dear.
What
This
the fuck is that
bothers
supposed to
me.
mean?
Exactly.
This bothers me. Black culture is not a monolith.
I mean, fair enough, but I don't see.
Blade's leather outfit was cool enough. He didn't need to. He didn't need this.
I'm still trying to figure out why people say he looks like a fucking pimp.
He's got the
He
purple
doesn't look
gold.
like a pimp. He looks rather swishy to me.
Yeah, I'm not seeing pimp from this. I'm seeing more back to the motherland. I'm seeing more, like you said, T'Challa. But I'm not seeing.
I don't see that.
I'm wondering if they used the wrong image, because the people who in games journalism, they probably think that all black people look alike.
Oh, they are ignorant enough to think that to begin with. So.
Again, I'm assuming that's T'Challa because.
Yeah, that image has T'Challa vibes.
Is it this one? Hold on.
How does it give T'Challa? How does that give T'Challa vibes?
Is this the skin that you were talking about? Look like a pimp.
It's the black. I'm sorry. It's the gold and purple that
and the
gold.
Yeah.
Purple.
The gold and purple kind of screams of the visual effects that they gave the vibranium suit that he wore.
Yeah, except for the fact that I have never seen any incarnation of the Black Panther that uses weapons.
Look, this looks like T'Challa.
Is there some reason why they can't make a black character without doing a fade?
I don't know. It is.
Ours is not the reason why. Ours is just a point and laugh.
Because black people have like 5 hairstyles.
Yeah.
It's interchangeable.
I mean, this one looks like modern as Cyberblade, but the other one looks like T'Challa.
Okay, the one that Critical posted in review recommendations, that is definitely Blade.
Yeah.
Because
Blade.
What weapons is Black Panther known for using?
Vibranium darts of a sort.
All right,
yeah.
Hold on.
And what weapons are Blade known for using?
Yeah, sword and firearm.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
sword, gun, boomerangs.
Motherfucker. I said, hold on a second. That's not the picture that was not the picture me and Mitch were looking at.
Okay, what was the picture that?
Like I said, the one I had on the screen.
Let me see if I can find it.
Was this? Not this one. This one.
The stream so I can see it.
Well, if you look at
Here,
the screen,
throw it in review recommendations with the others so they can see it.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes. Everyone watching has already seen it.
Yeah.
Frosted says apparently the summer look is code for
Fig.
British cigarettes.
Fig Newtons. Fig Newtons. They're a cookie.
There. I'm putting it.
Frosted followed that up with, this is what happens when you let people with pastel hair colors design your character. Kind of agree.
Yeah.
Prince is this fucking outfit.
This is T'Challa.
And why does he look gay as hell?
This isn't Blade. That's T'Challa.
Yeah.
Why does T'Challa look gay as fuck?
I'm glad you pointed out that this was T'Challa, because otherwise I'd have had questions.
That is clearly T'Challa. The African ornaments, the
Tyr.
Go off the eye, T'Challa.
Tyr, you got to remember, because the character is black, the only thing they do is African ornamentation.
Yeah.
Or graffiti.
Or
That's
graffiti,
that's
yeah.
the entertainment world's image of what black people are.
Now, hold on, because I have to do a little finagling to get the picture that you put up set up. So let me-
Here's the thing though. I wouldn't mind if they were like, okay, we're gonna take Black Panther in an African kind of way because it is based off of an African culture.
T'Challa born and raised in Africa.
Yeah, it's the part where you learn.
Go on.
Well,
Go ahead, man.
one of the main actresses on that, she's working in the Odyssey now. When I learned that, like, yeah, when she went to Africa to go learn about how they do things over there, you know, she was like, well, it's not Wakanda enough. It's not, you know, and so I'm like, you don't even want that representation in the first place. And so I don't like what they do because it's Hollywood. I don't actually have a problem with them featuring African cultures, like, and it doesn't have to be like exact, but the fact that they shit on that culture in the first place is like, stop calling me what you are.
All right, okay.
Funny because they don't realize that Wakanda was actually made by a white guy.
Yeah.
Right,
yes, and it was.
So what I was about to say was the picture being shown right now is clearly Blade. I still don't see how it looks like a fucking pimp. I see it's them trying to turn Blade into like this. Can I fucking finish a thought?
No.
Finish your thought.
It's them trying to turn Blade into hip hop homie.
Oh God, it looks gayer than hell too.
Again, just because there's fucking purple doesn't make it look like a fucking pimp.
No, there's it's kind of sad. Like if they'd just gone with pure white, it would have been cool because then it would be like Blade as a white knight, as a white knight Blade. Kind of neat.
Okay, then tell me about this, Tyr. Hang on. Then why does every pimp have to wear purple and white?
Tradition.
I guess.
I mean,
Boston
again,
says, I love that in Black Panther, the super advanced African civilizations are literal throwers of.
Yeah. Again, hold on. First off, you use pimp named Slickback and
oh yeah.
That's
who I thought of it first.
Again, just because he has purple in his fucking design doesn't make him a pimp.
Okay, there's other characters that I can think of as well that also wear purple.
Again, just because
the Purple Man, for example.
But just because he has purple in his coloring doesn't make him a pimp.
No, he would need more things. He would need more things. Like most of the time, you have a stereotype of a pimp. He's got like gold chains. He's got chains on his arms. He's wearing like
a hat. Hold on. I'm gonna agree with Frosty. He looks like a Final Fantasy reject. He does. He looks like a shitty bird. He looks like a bird that got tossed off because it was terrible.
Yeah.
He looked like the Final Fantasy VII remake bird. That's who the fuck he looks like.
God, okay, I got one more for you.
Oh, thanks.
Well, listen, Barrett fell in hard times trying to support Miriam. You know, he had to do a few things. Okay, a few feet kicks or so.
Okay,
Marlene.
Yeah.
Marlene, sorry.
It was Marlene.
Marlene, sorry.
No, purple plus black man equal pimp. Apparently frosted. What are you about to show us now? Critical.
Then why does this skin with his white hat and gold ball, the white hat and the gold?
Again,
God.
I don't fucking know.
Usually,
Texas
Space
Star.
Cowboy.
Yeah.
Usually the stereotype of a pimp when you go back to the 70s, the type thing of 70s and 80s, when everyone wants to put into it. Yes, their suit was in some ridiculous color, tend to be a pinstripe, and they had a big ass hat.
Yep.
Usually of some ridiculous color as well, but just because it's a ridiculous color doesn't necessarily signify a pimp.
Yeah, again, and this is clearly cowboy inspired. Like you can clearly see the Texan stars.
He looks like someone tried a gritty reboot of Cowboy Curtis from Pee Wee's fucking Playhouse.
No, no. He looks like there was an old cartoon called the Lone Star.
Brave Star. Yeah,
Brave Star. There it is. Brave Star. He looks like a cross between Brave Star, the vampire from Dark Watch. The early 2000 video game Dark Watch, where the main character was a desperado cowboy vampire. He looks like that with a dash of wider.
Well, with a dash of I played poker with a witch and lost.
Yeah, there it is.
With a dash of completely designed by purple-haired SJWs.
I have a different question though, still related to Blade in this latest picture we're looking at.
That's a hat. I thought those were dot cornrows. Frosted never fucking changed.
Frosted. Okay.
What happened to Blade having a normal sword? What happened to Blade having a normal sword? Because here he's apparently gonna hold aloft his mighty sword and say, "By the power of Grayskull."
He's gonna say,
I mean,
"I have
what the fuck,
power."
man?
Depending on which variation you go with, if you go with some of the comic variations, he didn't even use a sword. He used basically just wooden stakes.
Yeah, when he was originally introduced. Yeah.
So what happened? What happened was he went to Pee Wee's house and he sat down on Cherry, and then Miss Yvonne came over and did one of those like leg lift things that she liked to do, and he got lost in the couch.
Oh God. It looks like he saw Scurry Marge or Large Marge. Was that her name?
My head hurt.
Now more than ever. Now more than ever, I think would be a great time for Marvel and DC to get together, fire everybody in their comics division, and hire back a bunch of the old timers.
Know what they should do?
Who have a good story idea, where all the heroes and villains, mind you, of the Marvel and DC universes, all the real ones come back.
Oh fucking hell! It gets even worse.
What?
All right, so we've been looking at the Shield thing. It gets worse.
Did you finally find the crotch?
No, God damn it! Shut the fuck up.
Sorry.
Yeah, apparently, depending on which picture he was in, his ding dong goes to the chair.
Yeah, it's like the weirdest.
It's a fucking duck. They give him a fucking rubber flotation device ducky.
Yep. As you do when you're.
It would have made more sense to put him like in a lifeguard S-type thing and have him with like one of the old
Baywatch
old-timey
things.
Not Baywatch things, because they. No, not the boogie board. The old that you would find on the ship, the Circle SOS ones.
Oh,
that would at least make more sense. You know, going based off his age and everything.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
I hate.
But they went with a rubber duck because they were like, or a ducky because they're like, oh, it's quirky and cute, and stupid shit.
I hate everything about what this art decides to be. It is absolute trash.
It is an insult.
Yes.
It is terrible. It is utter
They always do it to Captain America too.
Yeah. But again, like this game is played by primarily children. We don't need to see what he was showing. You don't need Blade to look like 55 flavors of
that's why he's
hip hop.
Dick Bulge.
To be honest with you, I don't accept a Blade that doesn't kind of look like Wesley Snipes. I don't even know that he was the best one to play Blade. I just thought
He's
he was
the only one to
cool.
play Blade.
He was so
No, he
cool
wasn't.
in it. I was like,
Who
you
played Blade?
There was a TV show.
Yep, there was a live action TV show.
There was a live action TV show Blade.
Wasn't
Yes.
great, but
I've
there
only
was.
seen the first. Yeah, I've only seen the first episode.
But the only one I knew was like the one with Wesley Snipes, and I'm like, he was just so cool in it that I don't know, I just don't.
There was a Blade TV series, and it came out 2000 and.
I don't know who was the voice
06.
for Blade in the Spider-Man cartoon.
And Blade would play. He was played by Sticky Fingers.
For the record, I'm not of the belief that only one person can be a character. I just liked his version of it. Like I thought like first one I saw, I liked it.
In many ways, the Wesley Snipes Blade became the icon.
Yeah.
Because
other than him in this,
Blade wasn't like that.
Blade
didn't have that look before Wesley Snipes took the role.
I think they had that look partially inspired from his version in Spider-Man, the cartoon.
Oh, probably, yeah. But
yeah, the only other problem with Wesley Snipes was in the second movie, the fucker refused to open his eyes. So like 90% of his fighting he did with his eyes closed.
Yep.
I don't recall.
Yeah, that's why he was in the fucking sunglasses all the damn time.
The Blade movies, to Jay BLooZeR said, I like the Blade movies. They were cool. The Blade movies were good popcorn movies, but they were not high cinema.
Yeah,
no.
They weren't high
but,
art.
But that's the point, though, too, is they were not trying to be high cinema.
No.
And
I would have appreciated. I appreciate a good popcorn movie, but everyone likes to pretend that it's a trilogy, and it's really not. It's really not. The connectives, the narrative threads that connect the three are. It's just okay. Here's the vampires. Okay, here's vampires. Only they're more vampires.
Yeah.
Or they're more worser vampires. Okay, now
here's vampires that get a vampire god. Then here's vampires that feed on vampires and humans. Then here's the original vampire.
Well, yeah, it's even worse. So
they pulled the Star Wars and just kept making the laser bigger.
Yeah, it's even it's even worse. So here's vampires, trying to wake up a vampire god, and we kill off the mentor. Mentor gets bitten, we kill him off. Oh well, people like the mentor character, so we bring him back again. We'll bring him back in the second movie. We pull some bullshit out of our ass and say they found him and they resurrected him, and somehow now he's magically human. Huh? Yeah.
When they cured Whistler.
Yeah. Okay, so here's he's back in the second one. He's cured. He's human again, which fucking okay. And then third one, we kill him again. But here's the daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That we
his
had
daughter
no
from
idea.
another woman.
So.
Frosted said the director of Blade went on to make The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which made Sean Connery quit acting.
A lot of that actually makes a lot of sense.
I actually like The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. It was fairly fun.
Again,
Blade 3.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is a great popcorn film.
Yeah.
And it doesn't aspire to be anything greater, but it does have a solid story. The problem with the Blade films is that between the films, there's no solid story. Each film is a good popcorn movie, though.
Because the only returning.
One second, Tyr. I would still say for the going from like the first to the second works in that whole thing, and I still think it would have been better if they'd have actually had to have that Blade had to kill Whistler instead of, somehow curing him miraculously, and then having vampires experiment to try to basically make a more perfect vampire would kind of make sense. Trying to get them past the daylight thing. The third seems more like it was supposed to be how they tried to do the quote-unquote second Ghost Rider that was basically kind of supposed to be a reboot of the series.
All right. So this is what they should have it's a scaling issue.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Dude, everything does that, unfortunately.
Well, it's still, but it's a massive one. You go from going to Blake takes out a vampire god.
Yep.
And then he goes, "Oh well, they're just vampire experimenting on vampires." But in my first movie, I took out a god, so there's no scaling.
Yeah.
Like, what are you? I fucked up a god.
Did he though?
Yeah, he did. He defeated.
Well, it's supposed to be the whole. Yeah, because Stephen Dwarf had become a god.
Yeah, Lamagro had possessed
Frost.
Frost had become a god.
But I don't think that it was complete yet either.
It was complete. He had all of them.
Was it complete?
Yeah, Blade
the
tried
ritual
to
was complete, but the transformation, I mean.
Yes, the ritual and the transformation was complete.
All right.
And he had and when he cut off his arm, he like, oh, you cut off my arm, and it magically regrew. Yeah, that's why he went.
Yeah,
what
the only power he didn't have was the whole thing of like, just being able to change anyone within a certain radius, because then the one doctor should have been turned again.
Yeah, again. But again, I've taken out a fucking god. What do you guys? And then you go to the first vampire, and even God, that was a dumb idea.
And the second one, he's not the first vampire. The third one, he's the first vampire, and he's a mixture of the both of them somehow. Of like what they tried to make, it made no fucking sense for that one. It's entertaining to watch.
Well, yeah,
like don't get me wrong,
they're good popcorn movies, but narratively speaking, there's a lot of shit that just doesn't make sense.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good trilogy. Good popcorn films individually, though, and very entertaining individually.
And who was ever directing the dude to play the original vampire, they just gave him shitty direction because he was so terrible.
Well,
Stephen
shit.
For the
Dominic Purcell.
Yeah.
Dominic Purcell played Dracula in Blade Trinity.
But
or Drake, as they called him.
He can't act.
Yeah. Dominic Purcell? Yeah, he can. He's not the most versatile, but Dominic Purcell is a very entertaining actor.
Yeah.
When they give him a proper character to play.
Like quite literally, the Drake was just supposed to be like menacing, imposing, and wants to eat a lot of or drink a lot of blood.
Yeah.
Like his best part was like after getting stabbed with the one thing, and he's just like, my kind was searching for a new vampire when you were standing before them. Point of advice: the thirst always wins. And then dies. That was his best moment.
You know what would have been great in Blade Trilogy? Blade Trinity? Yeah, that one. This would have been great if Drake had resurrected, whatever, sees the new world for what it is, sees what has become of vampires. And one of the things he picks out is how these vampires are such messy eaters. Because if the vampires are supposed to sustain on blood, there's got to stop being blood fucking everywhere.
Yeah, Key and Peele did a very good skit on that.
That would have been a great thing for the air quote original vampire to return, see what's become of his children, for lack of a better word, and be absolutely disgusted by them. Not out of a sense of bad manners, but just out of the fucking wastefulness of it.
Where he is,
It's like, no wonder you fuckers are on the run.
Yeah, where he was like, when we hunted, we didn't leave messes, we didn't leave bodies. People didn't even know we were there.
Right.
We were missed.
Simply disappeared. We didn't leave bodies laying about with 40 gallons of blood everywhere. And strangely, we didn't go to bed hungry either.
And we didn't have we didn't shower with have a raid with giant pools of fucking blood. When vampires hunters came for us, they had to really research it. Oh, there's a bunch of bodies around. Must be a bunch of vampires there.
It would be like all of us waking up to be surrounded by people who are into food porn.
Yeah.
Like weird food porn.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Matilda can do with a frozen hot dog.
Yeah.
Frosted said the Snyder Cut of Justice League made the same scaling mistake. They showed Ares defeating Darkseid, but Wonder Woman defeated Ares in her movie. So logically, Darkseid should be easy.
Yeah, that again, scaling issues Okay, who was the
They
better
don't
Slayer?
understand escalation and scaling. They really
Frost.
don't.
Wait a minute. Frosted says, okay, who's the better Slayer? Blade or Buffy? Buffy.
Well, Buffy's not a vampire slayer; she's a demon slayer.
He just said better
She's
Slayer.
just a slayer.
Well, no, Blade is a vampire slayer. Buffy's just she's a
slayer.
demon slayer. Yeah.
I say Buffy's repertoire and kills. Yeah,
I don't know. It would be kind of fun to watch them go head to head. That would be a fun crossover.
It would be a fun crossover, but I still give the Buffy's taking down gods. I say with S's.
And you know what we titled that crossover? Blade of the Slayer.
Ooh.
I actually don't think that calling her a demon slayer lessens what she does, because
No, it doesn't. It's
vampires.
just that those aren't vampires in her universe.
In her universe, they are vampires. They're just demon possessed.
No, they're just called vampires. They're a type of demon.
Mhm.
Because everything she goes after is a type of demon.
Fair enough.
But I don't mind that as a concept, because that bases it off of what type of vampire you're talking about. Because
Right.
you
But
know,
imagine Blade of the Slayer would be a great title. But we don't open with Blade. Blade doesn't come in early. Buffy is our starting point.
But I still don't mind calling her demon slayer too, because she did actually kill demons. It wasn't just vampire. Even if you go with the vampire demon, she did actually kill demons too.
Yeah.
So here's a quick question. That whole thing was hers that it was always demons, which they kind of retconned for the series from my understanding. Because originally it was just vampirism.
Yeah, the series retconned it, but originally she was just vampires.
Yeah, the movie was
the
just
original
vampire.
movie. She was there was no fucking Book of Demons or any of that shit.
They also didn't do the bat face thing either. It was just
Oh, that was awesome.
Yes,
Paul Rubin's performance in the movie was brilliant.
I loved it.
Oh yeah,
I loved it.
Him kicking the wall.
Well, I think his best line was "Kill him a lot."
No, I think the best line that type of movie was detention. Yes.
that or I still say one of my favorite lines in that movie though was the whole thing. You didn't invite them in, did you? They're seniors, of course they were invited to prom.
But imagine this: we start off with Buffy and the Scooby Gang, right?
Okay.
And they're investigating whatever the latest thing is, and they're making progress. Get to a certain point, and they go out that night, and they're going after the thing, whatever it is they're going after.
Mm-hmm.
But they're confronted. Angel shows up too, because why not? We got to have Angel in this too, right?
Yes.
Because Angel returns from LA for one of his little returns from LA. And hey Angel, we're going after the Gooble Gobble. All right, well, I'm in town for other reasons, but hey, I'll join you on a Google. So they're all hunting the Gooble Gobble. Then they come across a shadowy figure with a sword. And they erroneously assume that the shadow figure with the sword is
the Google
somehow related to the Google Gobble.
Mm-hmm.
So they start fighting the shadowy figure with the sword, and it's only until, and it's not, everyone's holding their own. No one's really getting their ass kicked. Everyone is holding their own.
Makes sense.
I mean, the Scoobies, yeah, they're sort of staying off to the side. Hey, old guy gamer. The Scoobies are off to the side, so it's really Buffy and Blade going at it, but we don't even really know it's Blade yet. In fact, we don't even advertise that it's a Blade fan film as well as a Buffy fan film. It's just titled Blade of the Slayer, a Buffy fan film. What's what we'll call it. So fighting the Gooble Gobble, or she thinks she's fighting a Gooble Gobble related thing, but then, they have the thing punch, 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 and they separate, and they're each sort of taking a breath, and that's when the shadowy figure turns around under a street lamp, and the light catches them, and we're like, "Holy fuck!" It would be a great holy fuck moment, and it turns out they're both sort of on the hunt for the Gooble Gobble. Because and of course, obviously, I'm using Google Gobble as a placeholder, so don't get excited.
Stand in, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then they go and they fight the Google Gobble, who also has an army of vampires as his servants.
Oh, I actually have an idea for that one. We keep the Google Gobble as the name that's been like passed along because the one survivor of its last massacre was a young child who had a speech impediment and couldn't pronounce it right. So basically, like when they meet him, he has that whole thing. It's not Google Gobble. It's something that sounds similar. And he's like, that fucking kid.
It's
Gary George.
Yeah, I now have an idea for a spoof fight game based off of vampires. You take like a vampire from every franchise so they can have their own skills based off of their own species of vampire. And I'm a dick. For the sake of being Canadian and making sure I could get funding for free, I will insert an I will add a sparkly vampire so the other vampires can beat the shit out of the sparkly vampire. But no, like the concept of like, all the other different franchises, you can pick.
In that situation, the winner is going to be like the Castlevania Alucard because he is a vampire, but the motherfucker also knows magic.
Nope.
He's also
a lot of
more
it.
of a dumb beard.
Alucard gets taken out by Kane. Pick your Kane. But Kane fucks him over.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. In the end, Batman always wins anyway.
Not against Kane.
Though?
Kane. I'll even be nice. I'll use the weakest Kane. Kane from the fucking Blood Omen games. The Kane from the Blood Omen.
Quite Chen Kane from Kung Fu.
Nah, the Kane from the Blood Omen games literally has a sword that can destroy souls. He has a sword that can destroy souls. He does not. He's immune to every vampire net in his universe. He's immune to all of their weaknesses because he is special. And yes, he is special.
Okay, here's a good one. Here's a good one for you.
All right.
That Kane versus Kane from the World of Darkness.
It would be. I would love to see it because that's the second Kane, and that Kane would most definitely fuck everyone over because he knows all the disciplines.
Mm-hmm. In fact, you remember what the rules for fighting Kane were in the old
World
of Darkness, right? Yeah, 2 words. You lose.
The rules are you don't win. Kane just wins.
And for that matter, to address an idea that Mitch had just right now, since he said Batman would win no matter what, Batman versus the World of Darkness Kane.
No question. There's no amount of prep time that Batman. You can give Batman 100 years. He could never take out Kane.
It's not just prep time with Batman though. It's also observable facts.
He would submit.
Yep. And the one main observable fact about the World of Darkness Kane is that it is the Kane from the Book of Genesis, the one with the mark.
Yep. This is all right. So let me explain it. This Kane from the World of Darkness Kane had whatever magic Batman would gain from being part of the kindred from the World of Darkness. Kane already knows and has mastered it. That includes time magic. Kane can step out of time. Like just step out of time. Batman can't do that shit because that's an elder discipline. And Batman could consume the entire fucking universe and Kane would still be able to just go, you're gone. Like, hands down. Batman can't win. This is a fight Batman can't win.
Yeah, there are such fights.
A lot of people realize realize Batman has been invested before many times.
Yeah, especially if they fighting in the World of Darkness universe. Home field advantage.
I mean, hell, even if Kane ends up in Gotham City for some reason, he'd still have a massive advantage.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that you can't. What's the word I'm looking for? Kane still had the weakness to sunlight, but it doesn't kill him.
Right.
He's forbidden to die.
Yes.
That is the worst part about it. He is forbidden to die.
In fact, I can make a pretty good guess as to how a confrontation between Batman and Kane would end up.
How?
There would be a threat that Batman would need Kane's help with. So instead of trying to fight him, like he'd been doing for rolling a mental die 10 issues, he would eventually realize Kane might be the key to defeating this new threat.
Yeah.
So it would start as a fight and end in an alliance.
Yeah. I could imagine him trying to steal him. Okay, I kid.
Or are we going to talk about the SCP Foundation Kane?
Kane wouldn't do. Kane still couldn't take out that Kane.
No, he would not.
Yeah, he would just go back to his coffin and re-heal.
Kane's main advantage is he knows everything all the other vampires know.
And there's even a stipulation in the rule books where if somebody comes up with something that Kane has no counter to that moment, Kane can just say, "Okay, let me try this," and that plan would fail instantly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just stopped myself from sarcastically saying, "What about Batman versus Goku?" That would end with Batman being spray painted. But anyway.
It would Batman being a shish kebab.
Mm-hmm.
That's not even a fair. That's Baby versus the Nuke.
Yeah, pretty much.
Batman would he'd find out that Goku loves food and have been like, "Hey, I can buy you a shit ton of food to not fight me." And Goku'd be like, "Okay." That's like Batman versus Deadpool. He'd look at Deadpool and be like, "I'll give you He's like, "I'll give you $20,000 to fuck off." And Deadpool will be like, "I'm fucking off. Give me the money, please."
Don't get me wrong. Batman in his universe is pretty strong. But there's still, like I said, there are fights that he could never win.
Yeah.
He could never go toe to toe with Darkseid. Darkseid would pancake his ass.
The only time he's able to do that is with that one armor that actually does slowly drain his soul.
The Hellbat. The Hellbat
Well,
armor.
there's also the fact that this is the same Batman who had his back broken by Bane.
Yes. Yes, Batman has been beaten. It's the whole thing of him coming back and him finding a way, and whether it be of his own volition or something else that helps drive him.
Mm-hmm.
So again, like Zed said, it would probably be something to where they basically end up finding a common enemy, and it'd probably end with Batman just being like, "Can you stay out of Gotham?" And he's like, "And not fuck with my shit." And Kane would be like, "Sounds fair."
Kane would be like, "Oh my kid."
You know the funny thing on the Animu versus comics debate, there'll be the odd person who's like Superman versus Goku. And I'm like, nobody ever suggests Batman versus Goku. And I'm like, it's because Goku's so simple-minded that I think it would confuse Batman.
Pretty much.
The biggest thing with Superman versus Goku and that whole situation is like, Goku would challenge him and he'd be like, "I can't do that here." He'd be like, "Well, let's find a place we can do it." He's like, "We can fight." Like he's not going to endanger civilians 99% of the time.
Yeah.
Like he'll try to piss off Superman potentially to get him to fight him, but he won't purposefully endanger someone else. And again, it falls into that whole thing. It's like, yeah, Superman's invulnerable, but they've never shown him being responsible for several planets being destroyed at once, off my memory.
Well,
that's
Superman
something
has
else I
weakness for
well,
magic, but
that brings to mind something else that bothers me in the superhero stories. I'm tired of the superheroes being held responsible for all the destruction. They didn't initiate the conflict.
Yeah.
They just took care of it.
No, there's always those assholes who the easy, not even an easy target.
Spider-Man is a menace.
What?
The whole Spider-Man is a menace.
No, that's a different thing. I'm talking like at the end of the first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Where someone's saying someone's got to pay for it. Fuck you. Maybe next time we'll just let the invasion happen, you cunt. Someone needs to stand up and say "fuck you" back to these people. Is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's okay. I hate bringing this up this way, but it's real life logic. After 9/11, you guys didn't go and pursue the firemen and the EMS for damages because of what crazy people did. No?
Right.
Exactly.
Like,
I mean, the argument is stupid on its face.
Well, it
Where are the
actually kind
Avengers now that all the destruction? No, they're not. You idiot. Yeah, maybe they could help with some repairs, but they're not responsible for what happened. They defended everyone and everything to the best of their ability while you were hiding under a fucking cafe table. Fuck
And
you.
Mitch, this goes back in a way full circle what we talked about when I first came in. It's the people they just don't understand. They're looking for something to complain about.
Yes.
Hey, ho ho, we went full circle.
Nice.
Anybody else feel dizzy right now?
I do.
No.
I mean, it took a bit.
It's an apt thing though, isn't it? I mean, again, what it comes right back to what the fuck is wrong with you people?
Yeah,
pretty much.
I'm just tired of that thing, because one of the major differences between the MCU and the Snyderverse, specifically the Snyderverse, because Zack Snyder was the guy behind them.
well,
When you watch Avengers and they're having that battle in New York, what are the Avengers doing? They're not just saying, punch the big bad guys. You also got Cap on the ground directing
trying to get people out of the situation. Yeah.
Getting people out of trouble and back into safety and God damn it, what's breaking here?
Yeah, when they get there, he says flat out, Hawkeye, you go over this way, keep everything in here, try to funnel it, to try to keep basically the area of an area of containment.
The point being, they knew they weren't going to be able to save everyone, but they made a fucking effort, didn't they? They made an effort to keep the citizens safe while they fought off this major threat. Now, fast forward to Man of Steel. Not a fucking word about it. Not a single fucking word. Just wholesale destruction because, hey, this would look cool.
And they went to Zod way too quickly.
That's why I've always said you don't go from zero to Zod. Yeah. But that's why you don't hire hacks like James Gunn and Zack Snyder to do these things, because
they can do some decent stuff. It's just a lot of times they need to be reined in because their fucking head is up their ass to their ego.
Well, no, it's just that they're rule of cool guys.
Yeah.
So there are certain elements that they are naturally inclined to miss, which is fine when they're doing their own little indie projects with much smaller budgets, because when those guys have much smaller budgets, they're forced to be creative. You give them superhero film budgets, and they don't have to be creative. They could go, hey, this would look cool.
All right. Oh, hold on. Jen trying to say something. Go ahead, Jen.
Well, it seems like what they're doing is they're trying to pull in ideas from entirely different franchises, and the one that I'm thinking of where it kind of worked was the first I might be confusing timelines, but I think it was the first Ghostbusters movie, because they were working with something that was, that thing blowing up would have been a big problem for not just the city but the people living in it, So to a certain extent, like the legals behind it, I could understand a lawyer being like, is that even remotely safe? But it works with their timeline and their story, because turning it off was a bad idea. You know, but that doesn't work in every universe. Like having an angry lawyer's mindset from, like, not everybody thinks like that.
Right.
You know, a natural disaster is a natural disaster sometimes.
Well, if we look at the Avengers in that case actually went to court, how do you think what do you think the Avengers' defense would be? Because I think it would be self-defense in defense of others.
I think it would be that too, and they would have a strong case for that.
Oh fuck yeah, they would.
I mean,
and it could also easily thrown in there. It's like, you know, how do you stop basically, for all intents and purposes, an act of God?
Well, technically, Loki is a god, so it is an act of
The
God.
invasion was something nobody was prepared for. Even the people who should have been prepared for it had no idea they needed to be prepared for it. They tried to be prepared with Phase 2. You know, Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D. were working on having a defense, but they just couldn't finish it on time. So they had to call in the Avengers. The Avengers weren't even considered a fallback position at that point. They just didn't have a choice. They, like Nick Fury said, they needed a response team.
Yeah.
People that they could call on when needed.
Yes.
Yeah, because going back to like the whole Schneider thing, like with him, I don't entirely hate his Dawn of the Dead remake, but it is not by any means superior to the original. Like the best moment in that is the opening series, or the opening sequence when they first have the infected and they have the little girl that's infected.
Oh yeah, that was beautiful.
That and then the as she's driving away, that whole expanding sequence of like showing just the carnage.
Yeah.
After that, it just gets stupid.
Was that the one with rapey zombie?
No. The point being with that movie is it aligns with what I said, because that remake did not have hundreds of millions of dollars for a budget.
No, and it was hated by Romero.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean,
because of the fast zombies, that was the only part he really hated.
Yeah, and you know, no one ever made a. Well, doesn't matter, but it's a different spin on it, and that's fine. And it's a successful movie again because he had to be creative, because he didn't have a budget that would let him do whatever he wanted. He couldn't rely on rule of cool. He had to rely on, okay, what can we do? How can we make this look good? Because we can't afford to do that.
Well, that's like the whole thing of, if you look at the Marvel movies, the one that set it off, the first Iron Man, didn't really follow the rule of cool, and it had to get creative.
Well, it also paid. It was close enough to the source material that the liberties they took with it didn't play badly.
Hold on, I want to read some of the chats. Frost said, depending on the scenario, Snyder's Superman is definitely responsible for the damage because he goes out of his way to destroy stuff. Jay BLooZeR says, hey, you play Nine Souls yet? It looks similar. I think I have that. Frost says, Rocket Raccoon made more effort to protect civilians than Superman. Frosted Glass said, I'm not really been interested in Superman anyways. Overpowered heroes are boring. I prefer lesser powered, like Captain America, Batman, and Punisher, etc. Frosted says, I don't care what you say about the current state of the MCU. The first Avengers was great. Well-written superhero movie. And then Old Guy Gamer says, the original D of D, great movie, banned in 39 countries. Day of the Dead,
The original Avengers was the culmination, not just of the hey, we did this guy in a movie, that guy in a movie, now let's put them all in the one movie. It's more than that, because the stories intertwine.
Yes.
They've got elements in each story that play out in Avengers. and you know, there's a natural escalation in those films. That whole phase leading up to that whole part of the MCU leading up to the Avengers was brilliantly done.
Yeah.
It was intelligently done, it was planned, and it shows. Everything since then, we see a massive decrease in planning, we see a massive decrease in giving a shit about consistency.
Hey guys, I'm about to pass out here soon.
Oh, all right.
All right, take it easy, man. Yeah, as the MCU progresses, it definitely gets to, hey, this would be cool, this would look cool. They did this in an issue, even though it has nothing to do with the overarching of the whole thing of the series.
Right. And I think we discussed it elsewhere earlier, either earlier this week or sometime last week. Why couldn't they just recast John Majors as Kang?
Yeah, they really should have recast him.
Or take whatever material they had done and write it so that a different Kang shows up.
I mean, but even then, you could just recast the character because Kang is. You can always say that these are still variants, and Kang looks different because he chooses to look different.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, there's Kangs across the multiverse, as it were, or across all the timelines, but that doesn't mean that each Kang is an exact duplicate of the other Kangs.
Shit.
So yeah, you could have, if John Majors was such a sticking point for you, you cast him, have him, and I don't know how far they got in making the movie though.
Honestly, I think they should have recast Chadwick Boseman. Look.
So do I.
Yeah.
They really should have recast him.
He kind of nailed the part.
Oh yeah.
He was great in the part of T'Challa. But it might have been just a good idea to recast.
Shit, they could have brought back Michael B. Jordan and had him play. Oh, again, using the multiverse because that's what they fucking wanted to do.
No. After his performance as Killmonger, I wouldn't bring him back to play T'Challa.
Yeah.
He wouldn't. No, not T'Challa, but a Killmonger variant who is honestly a good person.
Oh, sure.
I wasn't saying play T'Challa. Just recast
honestly,
the character.
At that point, I wouldn't have cast Michael B. Jordan in that role. Because Michael B. Jordan was already a known quantity at that point. And, you know, we're not seeing Killmonger, we're seeing Michael B. Jordan. You know how I am about that.
They could have casted, somebody could have picked out and done for fucking...
Oh, there's all kinds of up-and-coming actors they could have cast, and it would have worked brilliantly if it had a good script. But honestly, Black Panther did not have a good script.
No.
Black Panther
I'm still trying to figure out how is a landlocked fucking country like Wakanda dealing with the ocean.
Never mind that. The problem with Black Panther narratively is that it's too busy being black culture and not busy enough being Wakandan. Wakandan culture and American black culture are not the same thing.
Yes.
And they went and told a story about a father who abandons his kid, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Well, he didn't abandon him. He got killed.
Well, 6 1/2 of another.
By his brother.
I mean, there are three things that happen in black stories written in Hollywood. The father abandons the kid, the father goes to jail, or the father is killed.
Fair enough.
So no, they should have told some real fucking stories. Leave the American black culture aspect completely out of it. Create a new culture that is Wakandan culture, and stick to what those values are. You know, put your mind to it and really come up with what those values might be. Research
like they would have never had a
we've
queen.
learned through the comic books.
That they would have never put fucking Shuri in charge. Like, there would be no fucking way she'd have been queen. They'd allowed her to be queen.
Nope.
They'd have let somebody like Nabungo, and they should have just fucking kept Mayonnaise. You want to have them oop like apes, but you don't have Mayonnaise. Pick
Yeah,
a
that's
fucking side.
horseshit. Just call him Mayonnaise, because that's who he is. M'Baku,
Yeah.
the Mayonnaise. He was the lead. He was the leader of the ape tribe.
Yes.
T'Challa and T'Chaka were the leaders of the panther tribe.
Mhm.
There's nothing racist in that. But they're so fucking afraid of oh, people might think it's racist. Well, that's a failure on your part, not the audience.
Well, these are the same people that, when they did the remake of The Lion King, you know, the CGI version that sucked, they were all played by black people in that. Somehow a lion has to be a black person. I'm like, you know, a lion is a lion, right?
Yeah. Well, look at it this way, Jen. If you ever go to a zoo, all the gorillas are given African names.
Yeah.
When's the last time you heard of a gorilla named Peter?
Right?
Or
Yeah.
Biff? You never do. They're always given African names. And I think that's kind of racist. But no one wants to talk about racism on that level, do they?
No, you don't.
Oh, no, but they're using they're native to Africa. So, what's your
No.
fucking point?
What, you can't have an African named Steve? That sounds pretty fucked up, bro.
Yeah,
What about an African named Hank?
yeah.
I'm pretty sure because of how much the French were there, you'd easily have like a African name like Jean-Luc,
Or John
some shit
Claude.
like that.
Yeah, a fucking silverback gorilla named Jean-Pierre.
Yeah.
What are you fucking afraid of?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like Every Which Way But Loose. They have orangutan. They're generally found in Borneo, but he was named Clyde.
Yes, that was a good movie.
We can't watch the second one with Kefki, or because early on a weasel gets killed by a snake, and they show it. I don't want to put Kefki through that.
Okay.
Sometimes I have a heart.
Mostly for specific people.
Well, yeah. Not for any of you, but for Kefki, yeah.
Do you hear me taking offense from it?
Nope.
Hold on.
Like the only thing I expect out
wait a
of you
minute,
is to be
wait,
like, and no, hold on, just a second here. Just be like in a specific, like, hey man, there's some fucked up parts. Be aware.
Yeah.
MCU pretty much ended with Endgame. Other than Spider-Man, which pretty consistently solid, there isn't anything worth watching more. It says frosted. I'm mad was they wasted Andy Serkis' character in favor of Killmonger. Yes, Killmonger basically wanted to genocide white people, and the movie acts like he had a point. Yes, the movie does act like he fucking had a point. Like technically he's a colonizer by the movie's logic. Yes, his family his father was there, but he was raised as an American. Okay.
And the funniest thing is how they, in the beginning, they got the whole thing wrong, being like, oh, well, the British stole all these things for the museum. Bro,
No, they
99%
preserved
of what they did, they fucking bought them.
No.
Yeah.
Like, quite literally, they either bought them or said, hey, are you guys going to keep those? And they're like, go ahead and take them. We don't care.
They
Right.
We're throwing it
preserved
out.
them.
You can have it.
Like a lot of that shit was them preserving it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, because a lot of shit would have been destroyed by warring tribes or other fucking warlords.
Muslims.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So in the end, yeah. Again, and I'm insulted by the Spider-Man movies. They turned Tony. Far From Home turned Tony Stark into an idiot. You give the kid this powerful technology, but you don't have a fail-safe device to stop it. Like,
I'll be honest as well. In that one, yeah, they made Tony an idiot. They also made Peter a fucking idiot. They made Peter an idiot in most of the movies.
They didn't give him his fucking spider. They fucked up his spider sense. He's all right. So his spider sense works on when there is something like something bad's happening. Like it's a sort of sixth sense. Like there's hatred and an enemy around you. That should have been fucking flaring up all around Mysterio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, again, they use it as a plot device and then forget about it. It's just like the running Jedi.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the Phantom Menace, when it was convenient, the Jedi could run really fast. But when it was convenient to run really fast throughout the rest of the movie, or even throughout the rest of the fucking franchise,
series,
it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
They suddenly forget that they can do that. And again, why? Oh, you know what would look cool? I don't know, making a consistent movie, that would look pretty fucking cool, wouldn't it?
And I'm still trying to figure out how did fucking Qui-Gon get taken down by him? Fuck, he gets stabbed once. He doesn't even get a limb removed. He gets stabbed through the gut and he goes down. How many times the Jedi has been stabbed through the fucking gut and kept fighting?
Well, again, that Qui-Gon was taken out like that before they changed the rules for woke divisive whatever diversity purposes. You know, oh yeah, she can get hurt, but she can't get killed because she's a lady black woman. Whatever.
Oh man, Qui-Gon got dead dirty.
Oh, he got hit in the sternum for fuck's sake. That's fucking a great place to get lasered and killed.
Yeah, right. The diaphragm.
Yeah.
But I still say he got dead dirty.
I mean, at least Obi-Wan just got stabbed in the leg. You know, he got pierced in the meat of the upper thigh. Not even a femoral artery type shot.
Well, even
I
then,
remember.
Go ahead.
Sorry, just a quick funny one. I just remember a clip from Robot Chicken when they were taking the piss out of Star Wars, and it was basically Vader had been in outer space for over 3 weeks, and he has to go do a report, and Palpatine is like, "Oh dear God, he's gonna smell like 3-week-old moldy bacon."
oh. He's like Vader. What was that? Panda Bear, or whatever. Oh God, he's crying again.
What the hell is an aluminum falcon?
Yeah, Black Panther.
What do you mean you just got signal?
But go ahead.
Black Panther was a shit movie. The sequel, I forget what it was called, Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
Is that what it was called? That was a shit movie because I mean I didn't even have any interest in seeing it, to be honest.
All right, again.
Not without T'Challa.
It was a shit movie because they introduced Riri Williams, which is a shitty character. It was a shit movie.
Or is that just me?
What?
I said, was Tear glitching out for anyone else, or was that just me?
I think it was just for you.
I think it was just
okay.
you.
It was a shit movie because Riri Williams was introduced. Shuri was made Black Panther. Fucking not Namor, Namor was and they fighting in a landlocked country which should never have any issues with fucking the ocean. It was terrible.
It's like Aquaman investigating an asphalt theft.
Yeah. And I guess the counter argument could be, oh well, they had a waterfall, so it connects to the ocean. Still a landlocked country. it doesn't negate the fact that it's landlocked.
Right.
Yeah, rivers can pass through multiple states/countries.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
There's a waterfall really doesn't defend it that much.
And again, in order for Namor to use his maximum power, he needs to be near the ocean.
Not a river.
Not a river.
Yeah. Like he would need to.
Yeah, you know what? There's a reason I had no interest in seeing it. The Eternals. Didn't want to see that. Don't
Nope,
care.
didn't want to see the Eternals either. The Eternal.
What was the other one? All the Spider-Man movies. I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but
he was shit as Peter Parker.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
The only thing they have going for them, as far as things that tie together narratively, is the word home in all the titles for some reason.
Wait a minute. I want to read some of
Go ahead.
Frosted's. If you lost in the game of who can conquer who, the lesson is get good scrub. The safest thing you can do in Star Wars is fall down a pit. Maul fell down a pit, came back. Palpatine fell, came back. Boba Fett fell, came back. Luke's lightsaber fell, came. You're right. Pits are
Not
safe.
lying.
Yeah, tell that to Luke's hand though.
Well, you see, they got to do it right. In The Lion King, when Scar
Lion
fell
King.
down, you have to have a pit of hyenas at the bottom.
Remember, though, Luke did fall down the pit in Bespin,
And lived.
and he came back.
He did come back. You're right. He came
He
back.
did come back from an asshole with teeth. Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yep.
That's what I call
No,
the
he-
pit. That's what I
No,
call
he,
the pit.
no, he was never in the Sarlacc pit. That's the thing.
Yeah, Boba Fett
That was
actually
Boba
came
Fett.
back from the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, Boba Fett came
Boba
back.
Fett.
Last you saw Boba Fett.
I'm gonna be honest, Boba Fett should have stayed dead.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, sorry, I used to refer to the pit as the butthole with teeth because it looked like a butthole with teeth.
Yes.
Frosted said, watch the Eternals on TV once. I couldn't name a single character in that film. Or in that movie, sorry.
It's a movie that shouldn't have been made. Because here are these Eternals on Earth the whole time, not lifting a fucking finger to do anything that happened up until their movie.
See,
They were there for fucking ages.
That's the
off.
That's the problem. That is literally the problem with having multiple teams and shit. Like, all right, Spider-Man's in New York, right? And I get because, licensing rules. But Spider-Man is in fucking New York. You're telling me that he did not help out when the Chitauri, when Loki was doing his shit?
No, he didn't.
Same
He wasn't
with-
Spider-Man yet.
Well, as we could always say in that one,
In Captain America
Daredevil.
Civil War.
Yeah.
In Captain America Civil War, Peter Parker had said to Tony Stark's like, what gets you what gets you into that onesie, blah, blah, blah. And Peter said, because I've had these powers for 6 months and I've been myself my whole life. And when you can do the things that I can do, the point being, he only had the power for 6 months at the point when he was in Captain America Civil War. He wasn't Spider-Man yet when the Chitauri invaded. He probably wasn't Spider-Man when Ultron was pulling that shit in Sokovia.
Well, I can understand why he wasn't doing shit in Sokovia. That's in Sokovia.
I do think Daredevil was supposed to be around by then, though.
Probably, but Daredevil has always been street level.
Yeah.
The whole thing with the Chitauri, that was cosmic level shit.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say in that one is like, quite literally, they didn't have to show him on there. They could have, during the TV show, just had like a flashback episode of when that whole thing's happened. He's just trying to save people as he can.
Yeah, that would have been fine. But even then, the New York incident, which they referenced in the Daredevil TV show in the first season, Daredevil was still new at that point. He hadn't really started going out and doing stuff. He was still like in the black suit and just, basically the black sweatsuit is essentially what it was.
And I don't know if
he wasn't very far along in his career. You could make an argument that he didn't come out of training and start doing the Daredevil thing until just after the incident in New York.
Well, again, that's one of those things. Like I said, they could have referenced that even though he was trained. So I want to say he still technically would have been in New York, I think.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, he was probably.
It wouldn't have been like him fighting necessarily the Chitauri. It'd been like him trying to help people evacuate.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on. BLooZeR says, since we brought up Space Samurais, you guys ever look at The Last Samurai, it went far from what the actually happened. Pretty hilarious. Then Froster says they established that Daredevil season 1 takes place after the Avengers.
Yep.
So all right, I can see that, but still, like whenever they were doing shit in New York with, just in general.
Yeah, but Charlie Cox is a good actor. Charlie Cox, I think, makes a great Matt Murdock. It's too bad. It's too bad that the people who are writing that show are the people writing that show, because it deserves much better than what it's getting.
I mean, like, I haven't finished the first season, but like the first couple, like season at least that I know of, was fucking phenomenal. But it's always the way they go. They have a good writer for the first season, then they bring in other fucking retards.
Yep. But Charlie Cox's performance is always top notch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Then when they did the Defenders in that too, it's fucking great, man. It's fun watching that shit happen, because they establish everything. The first season of Jessica Jones, even the second one was pretty good. What was the other ones? The first season of Luke Cage, it was okay. There are some things I didn't like. It leans too heavy into, this is a black show, so everyone's got to be black except for the occasional white person in the background. But it's a black show, so everyone's going to be black, and and they're all going to have black cars. And I don't mean
there's going to be a white villain.
No, I don't mean no, it wasn't a white villain. That's the best part. I don't mean the car was painted black. I mean, it's going to be a culturally black car. It's going to be a culturally black neighborhood with culturally black doors, culturally black windows, a culturally black road. It gets exhausting on that level.
Yeah.
Like
the only one,
Iron Fist. That one was.
Yeah, I've heard mixed reviews on that one. Also, like the Punisher, because they changed a lot for that shit. Like his introduction in Daredevil was badass.
Yes.
And then they went and just straight fucked him, because the dude who played him did a great job, in my opinion, for like what he was given.
But they changed the Punisher They changed the Punisher in the comics anyway. Like
they need to stop. The Punisher's initial story is fine. His origin is fine. Leave that shit alone.
But they turned him from this, vigilante who doesn't look. I'm doing this shitty work because the law fell short.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they turned him from that into a cock.
One of the problems with the Punisher, the way they write him, is it's like they keep trying to make him a hero. He's not a hero.
No.
He's barely an anti-hero. He's practically a villain.
Yeah, he does some heroic things occasionally, but he is not a bona fide hero.
No, the only thing he's doing that someone might misconstrue as being heroic is he is going after bad guys.
Yeah.
I don't even see all right, so the term for him, he would be fucking chaotic neutral. That's if we were doing, he does whatever he needs to do, whatever his code says do. Yeah. Oh, well, you're a drug dealing shitbag.
Well, also he's we might like the results, but the fact is he's operating out of revenge. He's not functioning out of a noble instinct.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think they need to stop trying to make him be a noble character and let him be that outside of the law, revenge-seeking villain character that he actually is. Doesn't mean he can't be the protagonist. It just means he cannot be a hero.
Yeah.
And he shouldn't be portrayed as such.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's quite literally. Well, hold on a second while you're trying to read that for a second. He's almost in a way sort of has one of the moral codes that Batman does, and it's basically he's going to do what is deemed necessary so no one else falls victim to what he himself was.
Right, but it's also revenge.
Yes.
Okay. Jay BLooZeR said agreed. Daredevil was great back in the day. Frosted said Daredevil season 1 through 3 were awesome. Also, season 2 of Daredevil was a pretty good Punisher show. Then the actual Punisher show, Jessica Jones season 1 was only good because of the villain. All right, I have a love fucking hate with the Purple Man, with David Tennant. David Tennant needs to shut his fucking mouth.
Yes, I agree.
God, have you seen what?
Hold
Go
on.
ahead.
All of them do. All the celebrities need to shut up. And I'm not saying they can't have an opinion. I'm saying let us enjoy your fucking work.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
so David Tennant ruined his legacy as fucking the Doctor.
Doctor.
Yeah, ruined it. Like you allowed your Doctor to be turned into this weakling man thing, and then you let them do a bi-regeneration while you're still technically the Doctor, and they fucking follow someone else. Because technically, there should be 2 doctors walking around according to their logic. It should be David Tennant's Doctor with fucking Catherine Tate's character, Donna Noble, yeah, and then Trudy Gott was
Donna Noble.
That just needs to
Yes,
shut
no,
up.
I'm
Have
saying-
y'all seen the? Oh, I was gonna say on Twitter the one guy who got pissed when he brought up the whole old Ricky Gervais speech of where he's like, "Come
Rainn
up,
Wilson.
accept your award, and shut up."
Yeah.
Because like quite literally, and nowhere the guy's like, "Fuck him." He's like, nowhere in there did he say you can't have an opinion. And I think the best freaking thing I heard, it's basically like the equivalent of a world champion chess player winning and then going to give some fucking lecture about like energy consumption or some shit. It's like
it is literally the little feather
dude, that's
speech.
outside what it is.
It is literally the little feather speech.
Mhm.
That's all. That's the easiest example I could ever give. The little feather speech. It was supposed to be for like John Wayne. Or, I can't think it was Marlon Brando or John Wayne. I can't fucking remember.
Brando, I think.
Brando, and then he sends this fake Indian, fake Native American chick, to give a speech about something that isn't. You're not talking about a movie, man. You're using public airwaves to fucking proselytize. You know.
Well, yeah, I think a better example would be if you're winning an award for sorry, if you're winning an award for being a great swimmer, and during your acceptance speech, you start talking about the carbuncles growing on your crotch,
Oh my.
and how they sound bad at first, but they really make masturbation a wonderful experience. It's a question of time and place.
Yes.
Okay. It's a question of time and place. I didn't show up to the plumbers convention to hear you talk about self-anal fisting.
Oh God.
It's a non sequitur.
Mitch, you have some
Figure
of the
it out.
most amazing.
That's what Rainn Wilson doesn't understand. Ricky Gervais isn't saying you can't say these things and you're not allowed to have an opinion. He's saying time and place, motherfucker. This is not
You're
why
here to
people
win.
tune in.
You're here to win an award for this. Just accept your award. Thank the director and the writers, God, if you so choose, and then fucking smile, wave, and fuck off like you're supposed to.
You know who I thought gave the best acceptance speech ever?
Who?
Is when Prince won a Grammy. He went up, collected the award, got in front of the microphone and said, "Thank you," and left.
Yep.
Nice.
That man was a class act.
Yep.
Because yeah.
That man understood the assignment. God damn it.
And look at the. All right, I'm pretty sure. I'm not saying I don't know this for sure, but I'm pretty sure we'll use Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson had his causes he's championed. His I don't know anything about his politics stuff. I don't know who he voted for in any election that, you know.
No, he was one of the first ones that was like, look, shut the fuck up about politics, because like
Yeah.
And I think when it comes to music, this is supposed to be a thing to bring us together, not divide us.
And
Fucking
you
nonsense.
got The Rock coming out saying, you know, maybe we shouldn't talk about politics and everything. Maybe we shouldn't divide our audience based off of X, Y, and Z. And then you got characters like fucking Will Wheaton and George Takei come and say, maybe you should shut the fuck up and talk about politics. Silence is complicity. They were saying complacency.
Well, yeah. See, they're anyone who tells you you can't say something is wrong. The people who tell you have to say something are wrong.
Yes,
dead wrong.
Well,
Compelled speech is just as vile and evil as silenced speech.
Well, if you were to go back to the internals as an example, like the two things that I noted as somebody who opted out of watching it because I knew why it was going to be crappy. One, they had half of the cast were big names. I was like, okay, so you're going to have more of a scene for no reason other than you've got a big name and that's what they pay you for. And then the other half were so like ego driven about their characters because, oh, I'm gay, or like Simu, who's like, oh, I'm Chinese. I'm like, yeah, but you're from fucking the US. You know, your parents are Chinese, dude.
or
Like,
you got
I'm Chinese. You are from Utah, motherfuckers. Sit down.
or you got the fact that like they race swapped characters. The guy's name is Ajax. Why is he being played by a black man? He's supposed to be, you know, pale and pasty.
It's one of those things where you can tell when this movie is going to be, okay, well, they're going to insert woke because nobody really has an opinion and that's supposed to make them sound smart or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then the others are like, well, you're a name brand. Like you're in a movie because it's supposed to bring people to the theater. But like, what the fuck does Angelina Jolie have to do with like Marvel characters?
Yeah.
Like
Nothing. She shouldn't have been in that movie.
And I don't dislike her. I think she is
I
a
do.
good actress. And
I do because she adopts children from other countries to be a fashion statement. I despise that.
But like, I mean, as an actor, I don't dislike her as an actress. Like, I don't think she's bad as somebody doing her job. I just, it is one of those things where I'm like, I didn't see it working.
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
Yes.
Hey, look, it's after 1 a.m.
Don't remind me.
Yeah, because doing something like Heavens casting Scarlett Johansson for the Ghost in the Shell movie because most Americans aren't going to know it. And then you get the fucking retards that also don't know the fucking story either because they don't realize she's an android, so she can kind of look like anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't get the whole
Like-
transhumanism thing. Remember back.
Well, no, we're not even talking about here. We're not even talking about the transhumanism thing. Quite literally, they were like, "Well, this is an anime, so that's supposed to be an Asian character." It's like when they did the dumbass live action of Death Note and completely fucked that up from everything I'm aware of. It's like, no, it's not set there. And quite literally, like the live action Death Note that was supposed to be set in America should have just had Americans.
They should have never did a live act. They should never did a live action fucking Cowboy Bebop. All right, don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. The guy that played Spike is an amazing actor. However, Spike's whole motivation is he is young, but he's so tired. He's been through a lot of shit, and that's why he behaves the way he does.
Like, and Tyr, I can understand your reasoning for that. I will at least give the fucking actor massive credit considering the fact when it came out for that one, he's like, I love the character. This is an honor. Hope you guys fucking love the series.
Oh yeah, well, don't get me wrong, but the chick that played Faye ruined it.
Oh, she was retarded. Well, is retarded.
She was retarded, and she was like, "What? You don't like people from like Latin countries?" And I'm like, "Okay, well, Faye is supposed to be from a different Asian country, like, you know, like she's a different Asian." And what's wrong with getting a different Asian?
No,
it's still diversity.
What's wrong with?
Well, that's like seeing the shit that was done of how people are complaining about the second season for Netflix and how they just straight fucking butchered it for the Avatar. It's like, one, you didn't need a live action Avatar: The Last Airbender, considering the fact the fucking cartoon isn't that old. and then you changed everything that made the characters who they are because you didn't like it.
Oh, that was terrible. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we are going to get out of here. I'm quite tired, and I know Mitch is quite tired.
Hey, have a good night, everyone.
So, I think we had a productive conversation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we bitched and griped about a lot of things.
All right, so say goodbye to the nice people.
Later, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
We'll be back next Monday doing something. I don't know.
Who knows?
All right.
Closing time. Time for you to go out to the places you will be from. I know who I wanna take me home. I know who I wanna take me home. I know who I wanna take me home. Take me home. Closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.